Ahoy there, cruisers, and welcome to another episode with Cruise with Ben and David. I'm Megan Merkel.
And I'm Kate Middleton.
And we've got our top 10 tips of what we wish we'd known before we first cruised.
Yeah, so if you've not been on a cruise before, stick with us because you're going to want to know these things so you don't make the same mistakes, or you might learn something that you never knew.
Let's do it.
So stick with us.
So stick with us like glue.
Sticky, like sticky-sided sticky
Stick
tape.
to us like sellotape. Stick to us like...
A shower curtain on a
Sticks.
cruise.
Oh yeah, good one.
Let's go. Number 1, Ben.
Just saw what it is.
So, have you ever done this on a cruise?
Oh yes, I have.
Ready? Morning!
Oh, hello.
You're in the nudie! Be careful. Nobody wants to see that, trust me. You don't want to be flashing your bits and bobs to the world, do you? And
Mary Kate and Ashley.
yeah, exactly. So when you're on a cruise, remember that although you may be at sea the first day, you may well be catching a breeze on your nibbits betweens. On your bits betweens. That the next morning, you may be docked literally feet away from another cruise ship.
Oh my God, guys, I have done this literally more than one time. So you get up in the morning feeling all fresh and like, oh, I want to go and have a look at this lovely Caribbean island out my window. Open up your window, forget to get changed, obviously, because you just got up. And there's somebody stood there like 10 feet away in a balcony opposite you, looking at you like you're absolutely crazy.
I know, she drops her 2 boiled eggs, doesn't she? She sees yours 2 boiled eggs. That's really weird.
Weird thing to say.
I was trying to think of really like...
My 2 boiled eggs. I wasn't completely nude, I had boxer shorts on.
No, we have seen worse though.
We've seen much worse, yeah.
And don't forget, guys, that you might not be able to see other people. People still may be able to see you on your balcony.
Those windows as well in balcony cabins are not perfectly not see-through, so don't think when you've not got your light on there in the night that you can't see other people doing really naughty things in the cabin opposite you, so be wary. Shut the bloody curtains.
So just be careful. Make sure you're fully modest before you start your day and whip that curtain open in the morning.
Just put something decent on when you go out on the balcony, basically. So number 2, did you know that you could go behind the scenes on some ships?
I didn't know that, Ben, can you?
It's really good. So yes, you can book behind the scenes tours on some ships. We've done this on Disney before and it's completely free. On other ships you've got to pay and it can be quite expensive as well, but it depends on what type of behind the scenes tour it is.
Yeah, I love a good nosy around, don't you?
Me too.
Ask at reception if there's any behind the scenes tours going on. These are usually on sea days as well, but we've done them on before. We've done them on Viking, Princess, Disney, and we love it because you get to have a nosy around, you get to go behind the scenes of the stage.
It's awesome. Can I tell you what the best area is though? It's the laundry. It is literally insane. The amount of like cloth and beds and blankets and towels that they wash on a daily basis. It's all machines. It's absolutely crazy and incredible.
These incredible places that you're going to be visiting on a cruise, like the 7 wonders of the world, and the best thing we ever saw was the laundry. It was amazing.
It was
mind-blowing. Slapsies. So number 3 is that cruises are not just all about sunbathing, because that is what I thought before I went on a cruise. There is so much to do other than sunbathing.
Absolutely.
Eating.
And the best thing you can do in the morning is have a look at your daily planner. So that's put in your cabin every single day. And it's basically your schedule of everything that's going to be happening on the ship on that day. So it lines out all of the entertainment, where all the live music is going to be, where the shows are, where the singers are, where the game shows are going to be, and the trivia classes and all of that sort of stuff. So have a good look at that, so make sure you don't miss out on anything that you want to do. We usually take a little highlighter pen, don't we, and mark the things we want to do.
We just fold it up with us, carry it around with us, or download the app before you go on your cruise and connect to the shipboard's Wi-Fi to have a look at the itinerary on your phone. And did you know that some cruise lines have a daily show? Actually, most of them do in the morning. So there'll be like a daily show, like you would like breakfast TV almost.
Yeah, it's like Good Morning America.
It's like Good Morning Cruises. It's amazing, and they'll do like little competitions and stuff. I love it. I love it watching that in the room.
You can find this on your in-cabin stateroom TV, so it's really cool, isn't it?
We've got another notification.
What's it this time?
Some reviewer.
Number 4, the captain is a bigger celebrity than #Beyonce.
He is a big celeb on board, isn't he?
Seriously, when you see him walk by, everybody just drops to their feet.
It drops to their
Oh,
feet.
Capitan. No, seriously, it is amazing. You can't really do anything with him. You can usually meet him on Captain's Night or the Captain's Reception Night, where you can have a nice cheeky glass of champagne with him, on him, and get a nice photo with him as well.
Yeah, so it's not like the old days where you can dine with the captain, but he's still seriously a big deal on board. And I didn't think he was going to be before I went on a cruise. Like, and people literally like queue up for hours to meet him. It's incredible.
It's crazy. I think it's really cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
We've met some really funny captains before. They're all really hilarious, and like
Yeah.
we've had a really good time with the captain.
And what's nice is usually once a day the captain, usually at midday, will do a little address to the whole ship, and like everyone stops, don't they? And they're
What's the captain
like
got to
mid
say?
food, and they're like,
Oh,
what's
we're
Captain saying?
67 miles off the coast of Ibiza,
We're 67 nautical knots, and you're like,
and the temperature's 27 degrees and sunny. Oh, amazing.
Number 5, and I never knew this was a whole thing before I got on a cruise ship.
God.
But cruise show-offs are genuinely real. It's all about your status and your
Oh my God, let's wave around me gold status
Yeah.
and my platinum and my black status. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The higher the status, the
More
you,
important you
the
are.
more bragging rights you get, and people go like full on out with their like t-shirts, their like
I'm
lanyards.
a platinum member. I'm a gold member.
Every conversation you have is like, how many
What
cruises have you
status are
been on? What
How many
status
points
are
have you got?
Exactly. And there's even cruise events dedicated to each status of person.
Absolutely. But yeah, this is the thing. Don't miss out on them as well, because they're great, because you usually have free drinks. So you usually get an invitation from the onboard loyalty manager to an event. Go to it. I mean, it's not really interesting, but you get free drinks, so it's really worth it, isn't it?
And what's nice is you don't get to have to mingle with people with a lower status than you.
Oh, no.
A lower cruise tier.
Darling. Gosh,
No,
you're only silver. Well, you can go.
You can go. I'm a black member.
I know, Pippa. But number 6, cruises are such a fantastic place and venue to meet new people and like-minded people.
Yeah.
We've met so many new friends, haven't we, on cruises that we've been on, and not just the actual cruises, the community online as well. So with Cruise Critic and Facebook groups and Twitter.
Yeah, and Shipmate and things like
Shipmate.
that. It's a real big community around cruising, and that I never even knew existed. I mean, did you?
No, and it's such a big community as well. It's a really growing community, and it is genuinely one of the friendliest communities that I've met before.
Also, before you cruise, get on them forums and get on them boards, because you'll probably find people that are on your cruise that have the roll call boards on Cruise Critic, where you can see exactly who's going to be on your sailing. It's the same with the Shipmate app as well. And it means that you can then arrange to do stuff on board. So you can go on excursions together. A lot of people do that to save, it saves money. And they'll have organised meetups. You can find meetups for solo travellers, LGBT meetups, meetups for veterans, and even hobbies, so like meetups for knitting and all sorts. Like, there's loads of meetups, isn't there? It's just a real nice community around it that I genuinely never knew existed before.
Yeah, and if you prefer to stay to yourself and don't talk to people, that's fine too as well. There's something for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah. Number 7 is, I didn't even know you had to do this, was on some of them, you have to tender to a port, and what this means is you'll get a smaller boat to get to land, because the ship's too big to get into port, or it may be too busy in port.
Yeah, it's literally just a lifeboat from the side of the ship.
And I mean, this is quite cool. People love it or they hate it, because it can cause long lines, particularly in the morning when everyone's rushing to get off first thing. And also maybe if you have accessibility issues, it can be a little bit challenging. But I think they're really cool.
Yeah, so this process is actually known as tendering. Some people don't actually know what that means, but it is just a little boat that takes you from the ship when you're moored out in the sea to the port. This usually happens, like David says, if the ports are too small to take some of the bigger ships. So you will be parked just in the sea, just away from the port. It's like usually a 5-minute journey, isn't it? And I think it's quite fun. You get some really good pictures. You get to feel the waves, and you get we get some really good photos of the ship at that point, don't we?
If it's nice weather and you can sit on the top deck, make sure you go up to the top
Wind
deck.
in your hair.
Because you get some really
like
nice
a Bond
shots.
girl.
You do, yeah, you feel like James Bond. But you get some really nice shots of the ship out at sea. It's just really nice. It'll say when you book your cruise, on the cruise itinerary, it will tell you if it's a tender port. But I like a nice tender. Love me tender.
And tip number 8 is that you don't need to take your passport with you on every port. It will be specified if you need to do this on the overhead tannoys and on the daily programme as well. Usually you can just get away with taking some ID, like a driver's licence or a national ID card, or even a photocopy of your passport. This is usually quite fine, isn't it?
Yeah, getting on and off the ship, all you really need is your cruise card. So So don't think this is going to be like going to an airport or like a new country, particularly if you're visiting a few different countries during your cruise. It is really smooth getting on and off the ship, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't need your passport. You want to keep that safe on the ship unless otherwise specified by the cruise line.
Okay, number 9 is the dress code. Some cruise lines have a very strict dress code, and some, like Norwegian, have absolutely no dress code at all, so you can wear whatever you want. But just make sure that you do check, because they do tend to stick to the dress code, so if it is, you do have to wear formal attire in the main dining room. You don't want to miss out on going in the main dining room.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught off guard, so make sure you check your cruise in advance, do a little bit of research. Also for things like themed party nights or dress-up nights, we've got pirate nights on some ships and things like that, and a white glow party on other ships. Make sure you don't miss out. Make sure you have all the clothes that you're going to need.
Okay, this is the
Bugbear.
biggest thing that I did not know before I went on a cruise.
But don't say it to us now, because it's got to us. It's a ship, not a boat. A boat is small. A cruise is a ship. A ship.
Exactly.
It's not a boat. So don't go around saying, oh, I really like this boat. Do you, John? No, John, it's a bloody ship.
It's like
People get so wound up about it.
It's literally like swearing in church. If you say boat on a cruise ship, girl,
you will be sent to the brig for your punishment.
Exactly.
It's a ship. Always remember it. Refer to it as a ship at all times. A boat is something that
teeny weeny.
So guys, we really hope that you enjoyed our episode. We're just having a little bit of fun today. Make sure you subscribe to us below. We've got loads more of informative and fun videos coming, ship tours and all of that jazz.
Boat tours.
Press the bell button as well, so you know that when we've uploaded a video as well.
Yeah, let us know the things that you didn't know before you went on a cruise. Whether it was something a little bit more serious, like you didn't know that you needed, or anything like that. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below, or you can let us know on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, where you can see our handles at the bottom of the screen right now.
So that's it till next time.
Happy cruising!